Good morning, children, and welcome to your social science class. Yesterday, we were discussing about Saudi Arabia. And I also discussed with you all hot deserts. I showed you in the map. And in Asia, we have two hot deserts that we were discussing, Arabian and the Thar Desert. Okay. Now see, children, when we were talking about Saudi Arabia, it is in which desert? It is in the Arabian desert. This we discussed. And we also discussed this thing that most of the hot deserts, they are found where? Near both the tropics. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So we have to remember these things now. That where are the hot deserts found in the world, in which belt? So what should come to your mind? Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So when I'll be just revising with you yesterday's topic, then you will just brush up with your knowledge that Tropic of Cancer is passing through where? Tropic of Cancer is passing through Sahara Desert also. It is passing through Arabian Desert also. So we have to remember both these things, that from Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, maximum hot deserts are passing. Anyone can ask you this question. Okay. Now, next I told you about the full form of desert. D for dry, E for empty, S for sandy, E for extreme climate, R for reptiles, and T for treeless. You know, desert is dry, it's empty, less population, sand dunes are there. That's why S comes for sandy. Then E, extreme conditions, hot and dry. Reptiles are found there, and less trees, thorny bushes, palm, cactus. These are found here. Okay, we'll just brush up. I'll share screen. This picture of Saudi Arabia. Skyscrapers, tall buildings, beautiful place, how they are developed. Now see, what I was telling, that from Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, maximum hot deserts are passing. So this you have to keep in your mind. Just see, Sahara is there, and this Arabian desert is above and below the Tropic of Cancer. Can you see this? Above this I'm revising. It's not that for just we have to learn, but we have to keep in our minds what I'm teaching you all. That what I wanted to tell you is maximum hot deserts are in this belt, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Maximum hot deserts are here. You see Australian also. Australian desert, Tropic of Capricorn is passing above and below. Here also Tropic of Capricorn above or below. Here Atacama above or below, and Patagonia is just below that. But maximum hot deserts are in the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn belt only. Now, Hot deserts, they were marked in white color. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. Largest hot desert in the world is Sahara Desert, and it lies in northern Africa. This one, Sahara Desert, largest hot desert in the world, and it lies in the northern Africa. See, can you see it? Like this. This is northern Africa. And Namib and Kalahari is in the southern Africa. Next. Now this Sahara Desert covers, I told you, 1/3. We have two deserts, Arabian Desert and Thar Desert. Saudi Arabia is in the Arabian Desert. I told you about Peninsula. In ancient times, the neighboring country of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, was known as Mesopotamia. So Mesopotamia was the oldest civilizations of the world. And UAE is standing for United Arab Emirates. Now, we did about the relief features. We studied about the climate and vegetations. And climate, very hot. In summers, days are extremely hot, but the nights are relatively cool. Okay, days are extremely hot, nights are relatively cool. During the winter season, the days are warm and nights are cold. Dust storms are common throughout the year. Hardly any rain in this region. So with this, you can guess plants which can withstand hot and dry conditions are only found here. It has the following vegetation. The desert vegetation has the following features: long roots, small leaves, and thorny leaves. And we discussed about these animals also. Camel, known as sheep of the desert, its long legs and padded feet help it to walk and travel long distances in the sand. Camel can live without water for many days. That's why it's known as the sheep of the desert. Okay. Now, sheep and goats are also reared here. They can withstand such climatic conditions. So, animals, reptiles, which can stand such these conditions without water, they can stay for many days. They can only survive there. So, snakes, lizards, scorpions, and insects are quite common in the desert. They are quite common in the desert. Now, we'll start from occupation of the people. Okay. Now see, voices I showed you yesterday. Thorny leaves, small leaves also I showed you yesterday. Now comes occupation of the people. Now see, there are two types of people. One who live in towns and villages, and the others who lived in villages. First lived in towns and cities, and the others lived in villages. Now see, the people in villages still lead a traditional life. People in villages still lead a traditional life. They do not live permanently at one place, means they are not living permanently at one place. So what I wanted to say is, repeat, is there are two types of people. One who live in towns and villages, one who lives in towns and cities, and others who live in villages. Towns and cities and in villages. Now those who are staying in villages are still leading a traditional life. Which life? A traditional life. Now, they do not live permanently at one place. Means they keep flocks of camels, sheep, and goat, and they are moving from one place to another. They are moving from one place to another. It means they are not staying permanently at one place. Who? The people in villages. Now, because they are keeping flocks of camels, sheep, and goat, they are moving from one place to another along with their animals in search of what? food for their animals, that is the pasture land, the land which the animals graze. So when they are staying at one place, when the animals have eaten that pasture, it means for growing again it takes time. So they move with their flock of sheep from one place to another. Okay, they are moving like that with flock of sheep. Now, why they are moving? Question is this: for search of pastures. For search of pastures for their animals, they are moving from one place to another, and that's why they are not staying permanently at one place. Okay. Now, in the desert area, there are people who do not have a permanent house and move from one place to another with their belongings. And they are called nomads. They are called nomads. So who all are nomads? Nomads are the people in the desert who move from one place to another with their belongings. Means they keep the things with them. They stay at some place for a few minutes. Then they are going to other place for that other place. Then they go to other place. Then they go to other place. So these nomads, they are just roaming from one place to another because they do not have a permanent house. They do not have a permanent house, and they move from one place to another with their belongings, and they are called nomads. So the Bedouins are the most important and notable among all nomads in Saudi Arabia. Who? Bedouins. Now the Bedouins, they're the most important and notable among all the nomads. So Bedouin is a tribe, it's a nomad. Bedouins are nomads, they are moving from one place to another in the Arabian desert. Now we'll study about the life of the Bedouins. So Bedouins, they are nomads. Who all are Bedouins? Bedouins are nomads. And they are moving from one place to another with their belongings. They keep camels whose milk they drink. They use the skin and the hair of the camel for clothes and shoes. For what they are using camel skin? For clothes and for shoes. They move or travel on camels in long rows called caravans. Long rows, just see, you can take it in this picture. Long rows. This is called caravan. Okay? They have to work hard for their livelihood. They have to work very hard for their livelihood. They exchange animals and goods. Changing life. The Bedouins' way of life is changing. The Bedouins' way of life is changing nowadays. Previously, they have to work hard for their livelihood, and they used to exchange animals and goods, and they were moving in caravans. Now they have started living a permanent life. Previously, they were not leading a permanent life, but now they started living a permanent life and are in touch with the modern world. Yes, now because their life is changing. Now they are leading a permanent life and they are coming in contact with the modern world. Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest producers of petroleum in the world. You know this? Biggest producer of petroleum in the world, and petroleum has changed the life of people in Saudi Arabia. It has changed the life of the people. Petroleum, they've become very rich. They are supplying petroleum to different countries. Almost its entire income comes from where? From the export of crude oil. From the export of crude oil, the income is coming. And most of the developed countries buy petroleum from Saudi Arabia. Just see the oil refineries. Can you see this? So nicely developed, and they are becoming rich because of this oil found there. All oil refineries. What is OPEC? It is an organization of oil producing and exporting countries. OPEC is an organization of oil producing and exporting countries. So now the Bedouins' life has changed. They have started living a permanent life. Now, I told you about occupational people. Two types of people are found there. One who lives in towns and cities, and the other who are living in villages. So first we discussed about the people living in the villages. Now second, people living in towns and cities. They work as businessmen, traders, officials, and workers in factories. So one is living in villages. One type of people are found in villages, and second type is found in this towns and cities. Okay, towns and cities, and they are working as businessmen, traders, officials, and workers in factories. They enjoy all the modern facilities and are connected with the rest of the world through trade. Saudi Arabia has developed its own industries. They are very rich because of oil, children, and they're supplying oil to the major developed countries of the world. They are connected with the rest of the world through trade. Saudi Arabia has developed its industries, petroleum refineries, petrochemicals, fertilizers, cement, and iron and steel industries are important industries in Saudi Arabia. Can you imagine a desert has developed so much and quite amazing? So many factories over there. So we can just guess how much they have developed. Though it's a hot desert. And see, they're having factories of industries of petrochemical refineries, petrochemicals, petroleum, cement, iron, and steel industries. So they are progressing, and they have progressed. Now, we will discuss about the dress of Saudi Arabia, what men and women wear. Saudi men wear long, loose cotton robes called thawab. They protect their head from the sun and dust by a head covering called gutri. Women wear long robes called abba and cover their faces with a veil. They're covering their faces with a veil, just cover with a veil. And they're also wearing long robes. Men are also wearing loose cotton robes, and women is also wearing long robes, kolaba, and cover their faces with a veil. Important cities of Saudi Arabia. Now again, there are two types of cities found there as occupation also. Two types of people living in towns and cities and in villages. And again, two types of cities are found here, old and religious. They are old also and they are religious also. And second is new and modern cities. Now we'll just look the religious city, Mecca. Every Muslim wants to visit this city because it is the holiest center of pilgrimage. Can you see this? I'll show you again. Mecca, I've got a pic for you all. Just see, and below it is Medina, which is famous for many mosques. So Mecca is the holiest center of pilgrimage for the Muslims. It is the desire of every Muslim to visit this holy city. It is associated with the founder of Islam, Muhammad Prophet. So every Muslim wants to visit Mecca in his life. Everyone has a wish. I should go to Mecca once because it's their holy place and it is associated with the founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad. Is it clear? Now, Medina is another religious center for pilgrimage. Just see, I've shown you here. Medina also. Next, we are going to study about modern cities of Jeddah and Riyadh. And you all know very well that Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. So in modern cities, we are having Riyadh and Jeddah. Among new and modern cities, Riyadh and Jeddah are worth mentioning. Jeddah is a port on the western coast along the Red Sea. Jeddah is a port on the western coast along the Red Sea. It is one of the busiest ports of this region. It is one of the busiest ports of this region. See here, Jeddah is here. Busiest port. It is the busiest port. Can you see here Jeddah? Riyadh is here. Mecca is here. Okay. Busiest port. When we are studying children, it's necessary, if we are having a map, we should just see the place which we are studying. Okay. That's why I share that map with you all so that you can understand very well. Now, among the modern cities, we are having Riyadh and Jeddah. Jeddah is a port on the western coast along the Red Sea. Jeddah, it is one of the busiest ports of this region. See, it is near the Red Sea. So, water is here. Airport of Jeddah. Busiest ports of this region. Now, Riyadh is the capital and modern city, which this is a modern city. Mecca and Medina are the old and the religious cities, and Riyadh and Jeddah are the modern cities. These are the modern cities. Getting my point? These are the modern cities with skyscrapers, parks, markets, hospitals, and schools. The efforts made by Saudi Arabian government has resulted in the barren desert areas in Saudi Arabia becoming lands of prosperity. This only I was telling. The government of Saudi Arabia has worked very hard. Barren land means nothing can grow over there. That is barren land. And they have changed the barren land areas into the lands of prosperity because they have a lot of money from the oil refineries which they are having in their country. But still, a barren land to be converted into the land of prosperity is a very big effort by the Saudi Arabian government. Saudi Arabia is a monarchy. See, it's a monarchy, which means that the king is the head of the country. That king is the head of the country, Monarchical government means this only. In a monarchy, monarchy is ruled by a children, king or a queen. Okay, and here in Saudi Arabia, it's a monarchy, which means that the king is the head of the country. The king is the head of the country in Saudi Arabia. So if I ask you one question, what is the capital of this Saudi Arabia? Answer should be Riyadh. Where modern skyscrapers, markets, these parks, markets, hospitals, and schools are found? In Riyadh. Name any two modern cities. Jeddah and Riyadh are the modern cities of Saudi Arabia. And the name old and religious cities. Then answer will be Mecca and Medina. And what type of rule is there? There is a monarchical rule. It means king is the head of the country. The king is the head of the country. Now, we'll have a just quick review of some very important points about Saudi Arabia, which you all should know. Just see, beautiful city. No? Hot deserts are located near which latitudes? Answer should be 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degrees south latitudes. You can write Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn also. Saudi Arabia is a southwest country of Asia which lies in hot desert region. Now if I say it lies in the cold desert region, then the answer should be false. If I am asking this question for true and false, that Saudi Arabia it lies in the hot desert region, then it is true. If I say Saudi Arabia lies in the cold desert region, then it is false. Okay, so when you are revising now, you should have the correct knowledge that Saudi Arabia, hot desert region, then it is true. If I say Saudi Arabia, cold desert region, immediately it should strike your mind, it is false. It's a hot desert region. It is not a cold desert region. Saudi Arabia lies between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. I'll just show you once because you should have the full knowledge when you see. This is Red Sea and this is Persian Gulf. So Saudi Arabia is between Red Sea and Persian Gulf. Can you see this? Red Sea, and here you are finding is Persian Gulf. Okay. It is a hot and dry climate. Camel is the most important animal known as sheep of the desert. Others are sheep and goats. Dust storms and sand dunes, they are very common here. Dust storm and sand dunes, they are very common here. Then there are settlements around the oasis. Why? Because water is found there. The discovery of petroleum has changed the lifestyle of Saudi Arabia. It has changed the lifestyle of Saudi Arabia. Yes, they are complete big cities. Just see in this image. Huge skyscrapers. Can anyone say that's a desert area? No. Can you say that it's a desert area? See how they've changed. How the government of Saudi Arabia has changed each and everything. Okay, the discovery, what has changed? The discovery of petroleum has changed the lifestyle of the people of Saudi Arabia. Life in the villages of Saudi Arabia is very traditional. It's very traditional. Mecca and Medina are the old religious towns and the holy places of the Muslims. Cities like Riyadh and Jeddah enjoy all the modern facilities. Are you getting me? They enjoy all the modern facilities. Riyadh and Jeddah, Mecca and Medina are the old religious towns. So children, with this, I've completed Saudi Arabia with you all. This way I'll be taking different topics and we'll enjoy our social science class. We are just revising the previous topics and we are enhancing our knowledge. It is not that we are not increasing our knowledge. We are increasing our knowledge. And children, it's my humble request that you all should watch the videos nicely and carefully. We are revising also with that. Everything I've revised of Saudi Arabia with you all. Yes or no? Yesterday I also started this chapter and today I have completed your chapter about Saudi Arabia. Please revise the chapter, seeing the video only. Everything will be everything you will enjoy. Why? Because we have shared the screen with you all. Images are there. Everything is mentioned there. And we have explained you also nicely. I can just request you to watch carefully, children. Then while watching only, you will revise a chapter and you will be able to learn, as I have given you the repeated revision also while teaching on this online class. Okay, so I don't think you will find any problem while revising the chapter on Saudi Arabia. Hope children, you are enjoying with me. Please stay safe. Don't leave your house unless it is an emergency. Always wear a mask, children, and keep your hands always neat and clean. It means you have to wash your hands always while you are coming out. It's better you all should not leave your house only. It's not safe because corona is spreading very fast. Always wear a mask and listen to your parents and enjoy the class. Okay, now I'm taking leave for you all. Thank you and stay blessed and enjoy your day, and please study also.